Welcome, Saber enthusiasts. I am Nick Nitro, and I am the Lord of the Crucible. Today we are here to complete our testing of the Crimson Dawn Arbiter, which, as you may have noticed in some of the other videos, this thing has been leading me on a merry little chase through some surprise features like a toolless takedown removable blade collar that can attach to pretty much any 1-inch diameter lightsaber blade, whether it is a baselit blade or a neopixel. And that allows you to just screw the blade right into the saber without needing an Allen key of any kind. Now, in the last video, you may have noticed this thing wasn't doing so well. Wouldn't light up, and the button would not respond.
Crimson Dawn Sabers.
But now, we get all sorts of button response, and as you can see right here, it lights up just fine. What had happened is that in this section here is a second internal chassis, which I kind of expected. But I didn't know how it was held in place. It's only held in place by a screw underneath this plate. So to fix it, I had to remove this plate, loosen that screw, readjust the chassis this way to bring it back in contact with the main chassis, and then tighten everything down. So we will see how this holds up in the rest of today's testing. It is definitely going to be interesting. So let's get to it. This part. There we go. Alrighty. All right. So far, so good. So let's see how we do on the drop tests. Oh, interesting. That just shut off because it actually hit the power button directly, so that was a really good drop. So, 3-foot, 6-foot drops on grass, so far so good. Let's take it up to 10 feet and see what we get. Not bad. All right, looks like everything has gone well on grass, both at 3 feet, 6 feet, and 10 feet. So now we're going to take it up a step, see how we do on wood. Well, here we are with our issue. Okay. Gesture controls are working. We're right back at the same issue. So as you can see here, there's nothing showing off of the PCB. And nothing with the button. It's all impact. So I can't turn it off with the button. I can't do any lockup effects. And nothing's shining through the PCB, so nothing would be illuminating the blade. So it has lost contact here. The whole chassis assembly has moved forward. Since this is the second time that has happened, well, I'm gonna have to call this one. It didn't even make it to concrete. Not that this isn't a terminal flaw. This is something that you can fix easily with a little bit of know-how. You just got to go in here, loosen things up, and move the chassis back in this direction to where it will line up properly. But the rules are that by the end of testing, it must function exactly the same way it did out of the box, and already for the second time, it is failing to do so. So the Crimson Dawn Arbiter, it is a very pretty saber. A shelf queen, absolutely. And I would even say light dueling. But medium and up, hard drops, no. I'd even be very careful with this at conventions. If it were to fall off your belt, you'd run that risk of that forward chassis separating again. So, with all of that said, I am Nick Nitro. I am the Lord of the Crucible. And today, the Crucible has spoken.